everyone, I am back with another mini card making video. This is another little Halloween card that I came up with that looks like this. It's really cute, really simple. The longest it takes is just the coloring part, and I will show you how I do that. I'm going to be using my aqua painter today. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. First thing we're going to do is the stamping. So let's get the stamping done. For the stamping, I'm using the Ghoulish Grunge, and I'm using this right here. That is in the current holiday catalog. And I'm also using the Jar of Haunts stamp set. So I'm going to be using the pumpkin, the little jack-o'-lantern face, and the stem and leaf for the pumpkin. So we'll be stamping all of this out. So those are my stamps. First thing I'm going to do is actually the pumpkin, because the pumpkin is going to have to sit for a minute and dry. So I'm just using a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the pumpkin in soft suede. I didn't want to use black. I didn't think black is a good outline for a pumpkin. And I'm using my little Stampin' pad here. So here's my pumpkin. It fits nicely on the C block, just in case you guys were wondering. So just going to stamp the pumpkin. And then we're going to stamp the stem and the leaf in the soft suede also. And you can get your Stamp-A-Majig out to do this, but since these stamps are clear, I kind of just was able to line it up because you can see through it. But if you don't want to risk that, you can use your Stamp-A-Majig. Okay, so this is the part that I'm going to color first before I stamp my little jack-o'-lantern face. So I'm going to close the soft suede for now, and we're going to grab our, let's do the Old Olive first. So I'm using Old Olive for the leaf. Oops, I don't want to close it. So all I did, whoops, is just stick my finger in the ink pad. That is so cool. It's just when the stamp pad is closed, just kind of push down a little bit and it will put some ink on your lid. And that is what I'm going to use with my aqua painter. This is the thinner one. There is a thicker one. They are in a set of 2. And I like the thin one, or the smaller tip. Okay, so I'm going to put kind of a darker outline here. Just kind of coloring the veins in the leaf here. A little bit darker. Then I'm just going to get some of that off. I just have a baby wipe over here. Okay, so now I'm going to take some down here and swirl this around and just pick up a little bit of the lighter. And then just go over it with some light. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you kind of want the watercolor look anyway. Or that's what I was going for. Okay, so that's it for the Old Olive. Then we're going to grab our soft suede. And get some on here where it's a little bit darker. And just kind of give that stem a little bit of a shadow. Go back in with some lighter. And kind of spread that around. There we go. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfect coloring, just to where it will give it the color that I need. Now we're going to go in with the pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is a mess right here. Okay, so this is the part where you're basically going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull some darker orange here, and I'm just going to kind of outline a little bit on the pumpkin. So then I'm going to go back in and kind of go with a lighter color. Okay, so now we'll just get some light orange here. And I'm just going to kind of color with a watercolor kind of effect here. So the color, because this is water, is going to overlap instead of blend like an alcohol marker. But that's okay, because that's the look that I'm trying to do anyway. Not a blended look, more of the water. I'm getting more water. There we go. So kind of like that. I think I got enough orange over here. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry for a few while we do the rest of the card, and then we'll come back to the pumpkin. So that's how I do the pumpkin. I think this one turned out a little bit better than the other one. So we're going to let that dry. We don't need our stamp pad right now. Okay, so now we're going to take the front of the card, and this measures 4 by 2.5. And this is going to be the white piece that's right here on the front. So we're going to take our little piece of mesh right here. Use the soft suede. And you can choose whatever colors you would like for this. These are just the colors that I wanted to use. So we're just going to ink this up. Make sure we get enough on it. And now we're just going to basically stamp this. I think I'm going to try to stay a little close to the bottom, but not too far down. And you're just going to stamp. And there's your little piece of mesh, I guess. Okay, let me grab another wipe just because I have some more stamping to do in a few minutes. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp our Happy Halloween. We're done with the soft suede. Our Happy Halloween I'm doing in pumpkin pie. And that's this stamp here. It's in the Jar of Haunts set. I think I forgot to mention that I was using that one. So I'm using that. So I'm going to do that up here in the corner. I think I did this one a little bit higher up than the last one. But that's okay. And I forgot to use the little stamp pad. But that one turned out okay. So, like I said in my last video, sometimes it turns out okay and sometimes it doesn't. So I think that one is fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start layering. This is a piece of old olive that is 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. So we will just layer these two pieces while that pumpkin is still kind of drying. You could get your heat tool out and give that a little nudge as far as drying time goes. But I do not have mine right here, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and just put this on our card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 2 3/4. So let's just go ahead and attach that right to the front piece of the card. Make sure it's not upside down. And there we go. So there's that. Now, as far as the pumpkin goes, it's drying very nicely. So now we're going to cut this out. And I'm just using my little Stampin' Up! Snips to cut this out and give it a bit of a little white border. It kind of got a little messy there. But that's okay. And this part doesn't have to be perfect either. I just want a little bit of a white border. Since this one did not come with a die. But as you can see, it's not that bad to cut out. So there we go. Gonna kind of do a little bit of bending here because it was wet with water. There we go. Whoops. Okay, so that's our pumpkin. Now we're going to bring our Stampin' Pad back over here, and we're going to go ahead and stamp the little jack-o'-lantern face in the soft suede right onto the pumpkin. Just like so. All that ink off. Okay, so there's our pumpkin base. Then what I did was I took the old olive Stampin' Right marker, and you can see where the ink kind of not really bled, but it overpowered the base part of where the stamp was done. So I'm just going to take this and kind of lightly go over those veins in that leaf and just kind of brighten them up a little bit. And same with the soft suede, just kind of go over some of the parts there. And I'm doing it really lightly. You don't have to press really hard. I just want to kind of define these lines a little better. Of this pumpkin. Just like that. Kind of darken it up and bring it back to life so it doesn't look so faded. And this keeps curling up. So now we're going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals. those right on the back of this pumpkin. So we're going to do one up here for the leaves. We'll do one over here. I'm going to put a few on here because it keeps curling. One right there, and then I'm going to cut one in half. So we'll put half of it here, and I think we'll stick the other half just, we'll just stick it up here, just to use it. Okay, so you don't have to overload the back like I just did, but I don't think I put enough dimensionals on the other one, and it's still kind of curling up, and I don't want it to do that. Okay, so this, you're just gonna put, I don't know, like right there. I like to press down, make sure those dimensionals are gonna stick. So there you have that, and now we're going to take some enamel dots. Where did I put them? These are the Halloween Night enamel dots. You get 2 sheets in here. And we're going to take the pumpkin pie, and I'm just using the small ones. There's 2 sizes of each color on here. We're going to put an orange one down. And then we're taking the old olive and putting the old olive down, and there you have it. So this is kind of a quick card also. You could color all of your pumpkins in advance, let them dry, and then do all of your assembly if you wanted to make a couple of them. So there's another mini Halloween card for you guys. There we go. I hope you guys have enjoyed these little mini Halloween cards. I'm not sure how many more I will be doing. My Mickey and Minnie card will be coming soon for Halloween. And that's it. Links are in the description below. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!